It's your girl, Chef Piet. I just wanted to share a quick recipe with you guys. I thought, there's no better recipe to share than the golden, the crispy, the fluffy fry bread. Now, here comes a little token of education with the fry bread. Fry bread was actually being developed as the United States of America was being developed. So this is a recipe that was actually being created by the original indigenous people of this country. While this country was being developed, indigenous people were being displaced from their homes, taken to other parts of the United States of America. This was a time frame that reservations and concentration camps here in America were developed. There were treaties that were signed, there were paperwork that was signed stating that these indigenous people no longer held rights to the original places of their home. And they were no longer acclimated to this land where they were used to foraging and hunting and gathering or even planting their own food. So not only did these settlers remove these people from their homes, but they also took away their indigenous food ways. So they decided to give them food commodities such as flour, sugar, and lard, and other canned foods, resulting in fry bread being created purely out of survival. Now, fry bread is delicious. Don't get me wrong. It's phenomenal. It's crispy, it's golden, it's brown, basically a soft biscuit dough that's being fried. Now, we all know how much we love fried food. It's like a funnel cake, but better. It's beautiful. And I'm gonna show you guys a very simple recipe that I was taught by my grandmother. And here is what we will need. A bowl. We will need 1 cup of flour. So this is an all-purpose flour. And you can use bleached or unbleached. So we got 1 cup of flour. And you'll need to keep a little bit of your flour on the side for your rolling later. So you'll need 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And then you'll need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Do a little half measurement of my half teaspoon. So this next part is going to be very, 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 very crucial. Major key. Listen up. You need 3/4 cup of liquid. You can use water or you can use milk. You can use a buttermilk. Adding milk to this batter will make it a little bit more fluffy, but I'm just gonna use water today because that's what I feel like doing. So I have a 3/4 cup of water. Now your water needs to be warm or hot because what that allows the mixture of these dry ingredients to do is to really form a soft, sticky dough. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix up all of my dry ingredients here just to get an even little mixture. So here we have our dry ingredients. And then we're going to add our water. Now I like to add mine little by little, I'll do about half at first, and then I'll mix it up. And then I'll add my other half. This is starting to form this nice little soft dough here. You see how it looks a little crumbly? That's what we need it to be doing. Add a little bit more water. I'm using this little silicone spatula here to really be able to scrape the bottom, scrape the sides. All right, so it's looking like my dough actually looks fine. I didn't even need the full 3/4 cup of water. It looks like I only used about half and I still have 1/4 left in here. So we're gonna stop there. So this is what we're looking for. If you see the back of my little spoon here, it's sticky, it's like soft and it's sticky. That's exactly what we want. We don't wanna over mix this or over knead it because we want that dough to really remain soft. Then we are going to get a kitchen towel, set it over this bowl, wait for about 30 minutes, and then come back to it to fry. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to go ahead and roll out your dough and make smaller little pieces of fry bread, and then we're going to fry it. I'm going to get a little bit of a floured surface area here. Now you don't need too much. I like using these ice cream scoopers just to get even pieces of fry bread. And I just scoop it on and it really just allows me not to get too messy. So we're gonna get this fry bread, kind of roll it around in the flour and then flatten it out with your hands. We don't really need to knead it too much. So basically what we want to do is get a circular piece of fry bread. So just use your hands, kind of pat it out. Don't need to do too much kneading, as I mentioned. I just did like one little fold over. And it's okay if your fry bread pieces are not like evenly like circular or however you want to call that. You just flatten it out like this. That's about it. And so it becomes really soft to handle. You see that? We don't want it to be too sticky onto our hands. Then we won't be able to transfer it over to our oil. So this is what we're looking for. I normally use my finger and stick a little hole in the middle just to allow the flour or our dough to bubble up without getting too puffy in the middle. So it kind of evens it out, fluffens it out a little bit. Add a little bit more flour if you need, and then you just continue to do the rest of your dough that way. We have our 5 pieces of fry bread here. We're going to go ahead and transfer these over to a cast iron skillet with some oil and fry these bad babies up. Once your oil is warm enough to fry, go ahead and place your dough into the oil away from you. As the fry bread starts to fry, you will begin to see it rise. Once it rises, you want to wait till it's crispy and brown on one side and then flip it over. Once the fry bread is golden brown on both sides, remove it from the oil and transfer it to a lined baking sheet or plate with paper towels to absorb the excess oil. Okay, we're here. We made it this far. We have made some beautiful golden brown fry bread. Now, my favorite way to enjoy fry bread is more on the sweet side. We want something sweet. Let me just show you the inside of this. You guys ready? Oh my gosh. Woo! So good. Got a little piece of fry bread here. I like to put some fresh fruit on top. Yes, queen. We love a little bit of freshness. A little bit of cinnamon. Now this is a little bit of like a lavender infused honey that I made. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a little drizzle. Oh, there you have it. Some fry bread, y'all. I'm so glad I made this today. I hope that you guys like this recipe. Try it out the way that I like to eat it. Let me know what you think. We're going to go in. So perfect. Thank you so very much for spending your time watching this beautiful, amazing fry bread recipe here. Please like, subscribe, be on the lookout for more educational recipes revolved around Native American foods.